Radio Rahim with Mikey Garcia. We meet again in Texas.
That's right.
And you are one of the most calculated fighters I know as far as the way you pursue your career and the way you present your skills in the ring. You always have a plan. You're always forward looking. And when I realized that this fight was going to be in Dallas again at 147 pounds again, I thought, is this more than just a fight against Jesse Vargas, but a chance for you to do something on this stage that you couldn't do last time you were in Texas?
No, I mean, look, originally we looked at other names, possibly a 140-pound division, but the names were not available for the time that we needed, and we looked at other options at 147. I clearly eliminated some of the names because they were not exciting enough. They're not, what I wanted. Jesse, I think he fits perfectly. I think he's a solid opponent, solid contender, former welterweight world champion. I think he has all the elements that I need in front of me to prove myself and to prove to everybody that I can be a contender at welterweight. We landed here in Dallas again, not for any other reason other than the promotion felt that this was a good place, and I like Dallas. I like the venues here. I like my fans. They come and support, and it's almost like Texas in general is always a big boxing state, but here in Dallas area they've always been great to me, so I don't have no problem coming back. But sure, I mean, things could change after this fight, and whether I can come back to 40 or stay at 47, that's still to be determined. You
said that you wanted to prove that you were a contender at 47. Most people thought it was too much for you to bite off when you faced Spence at 47, and people were like, well, you didn't get knocked down, certainly didn't get knocked out. Reported yourself well. That's enough at 47. Why is it important for you to prove yourself at this weight, and nobody considers it the weight you should be fighting at?
I think everybody's opinion is going to change after Saturday night once they see me perform. Last fight was one fight that I couldn't do anything. I felt slow, tired, sluggish, just weak. It was just not my night. I fell off, and Spence fought very well. He fought very well. He came in to do what he had to do, and he outboxed me all night. So, I also fought the best guy in the division. So I don't see how people are quick to just make a full, statements like that. That's all right. That's based on one performance. That's okay. That's why I need this fight to prove to everybody that there's a lot more, that Mikey Garcia can accomplish even at welterweight.
Well, you got to forgive me for trying to read your mind, but when I was trying to figure out what moves you were making, I'm like, well, at 47, Mikey always wants super fights. We know that Pacquiao's out there. We know that that is a super fight for the two of you. Is that part of the reason you're still at 47? And if that fight is available, do we see Garcia-Pacquiao?
Look, if that fight is offered to me, I'm definitely going to explore that deeply and try to secure a fight with Manny. It's a fight that we've been, wanting for several years now. There's been a lot of conversations about a possible fight between Manny and myself, and if this fight Saturday night opens that door even closer, to achieving that fight and accomplishing that fight, then I'm definitely going to take that. So yeah, part of the reason why at 47 is because there are bigger fights at 47 right now that I can get into, but I'm not ruling out the opportunities to come back down to 40. I'll be flexible, and whatever is available that makes sense for me, that's what I'm going to take.
Have you heard anything from the Pacquiao camp, or is there any discussion already underway?
I mean, we've talked, in months ago, but lately I've been focused on this fight, so I haven't had any direct communication with Team Pacquiao. I mean, maybe after this fight we can sit down or have some discussions regarding a possible fight between him and me.
Now, most people that are followers of boxing saw Devin Haney confront Bernard Hopkins and decided that at 35 he couldn't get the challenges he wanted, and they called you out by name. They want to move to 40 just to challenge you there. How do you respond to Devin Haney calling you out?
Oh, that's great. That's the exact mindset that a champion has to have. A young, hungry champion like himself has to have that mentality and willing to take on all the challenges, and he needs big fights. He needs big names to prove to everybody that he's a superstar, not only just a star from social media and media, but in general boxing star, accomplishing things inside of that ring. So I totally agree with him. That's the kind of names that he wants. Well, I'm here to entertain all those offers. If he's trying to challenge myself, or anybody else, then I'm gonna entertain it. I'll definitely sit down and discuss it. And if it's a fight that makes sense for him and myself, then let's discuss it and let's get it done.
And lastly, I can't let you go without responding to the big heavyweight fight. Some call it an upset that happened last Saturday night. What'd you make of that fight, and do you see Deontay winning a third?
I think it was a big surprise. I was surprised. I didn't expect Fury to come out as strong and as dominant as he did early on. I thought it would be the other way around. I always thought Wilder would come on the attack early and hurt Fury and just keep that strength on top of him. But Fury came with a game plan. He really put Wilder in trouble early on, and Wilder just didn't have any answer. Wasn't ever able to continue to respond well. So I mean, all congratulations to Fury. I think Wilder can definitely come back. It might have been a night where maybe he was hurt, maybe something happened early on that punch probably rocked his balance, with that punch behind the head and the ear. All these things could be factors that played an effect on how the fight played out. I would like to see a third match. I would definitely like to see it. I think people would want to see it too.
Good luck this Saturday night. Radio Rahim with Mikey Garcia.